Noticing that more and more women are choosing abstinence and celibacy. And at this point, I definitely understand why. Like between the situationships, the men not wanting to commit, the men not wanting to be honest, the down low men, and these married single men, I get it. I do. I really do. And I feel like I have really truly made the decision to work on myself and to be by myself while I'm in this transition period. Like, I feel like I'm in a weird transition period, but I've accepted it. And I feel like now is the time for me to really just focus on myself and not think about dating. I feel like I have goals and I have things that I want to do first before I actually date, because I really do want to date with a purpose. But y'all, the things that I have been seeing lately, it's just like beyond. And it's too many things out here. Like, I'm not shocked that women are choosing these things. I'm not shocked that women are content with these things. And it's some men too. Like, don't get me wrong, it is some men too that are tired of it too, and they've decided, I'm just gonna be by myself. But the things that I have been seeing lately, y'all, like, if I'm being honest, like, I'm thoroughly disgusted. Like, people feelings, they don't care about how they make people feel. It's really just, people are just out for themselves now. They don't care how they make people feel. They don't care about how they treat people. They only care about themselves. And this is like really sickening.
So here we go. I'll get you in here, Rockwell. I mean, why are these women attracting these kind of men? What's the deal with that?
Hey, I think I get a little bit of what she's saying, right? Like, you've had some bad experiences, so you're trying to clean up from maybe making some bad choices before. Maybe you slept with a man too soon, or you didn't vet the last guy properly. You found out he was a scammer and he got you for your rent money, whatever it is. So I see, like, you try to tighten up your game as you go along. But I think, like, this part is like, or saying that you're abstaining from sex is another way for you to manipulate a man to get what you want, right? Because you're abstaining from something that you also naturally want to do. So, you know, that's why I said, like, the 6 months thing, the 3 months thing. Like, I didn't date a lot, but I don't remember ever oh, it's been 6 month marker, so now I can go ahead and have sex. I don't remember it being like that, but I can understand the thought process of, at least wanting to give yourself a boundary after you've been a little loose with your boundaries before.
All right. Let me ask y'all this. If these women want to sit around and say they're abstaining and celibate, should they start going to church events? How many times do y'all see these big events in these stadiums, and there's thousands of people there? Why are they looking for worldly men to have these religious views on dating? Tierney, you got some?
I mean, don't you guys want a traditional woman?
Right?
What are we advocating here? Are we advocating for them to, just because they've already been out in the dating market and doing what they want? Are we advocating that they just stay out there? Or are we looking at this as a good thing?
No, what he's saying is abstaining and being abstinent, that has religious context. So since they are doing these religious things, shouldn't they find themselves in that nurturing environment where it will be much easier for them to abstain and all that, instead of being out here in the world? It's a good question.
Our men are a part of this world. Our men are a part of this world. We can't escape y'all. So as long as you guys are here, we're going to have controversy. Now, maybe if there was a world full of just women, we might get along. I don't know. But as long as you guys are here, it's a problem.
If you're a regular woman and you're talking to a man about, a woman come to me if I'm single and she says she's celibate, I don't even know what that means.
Exactly. That's the problem.
That is the problem. She needs
that's
to.
That's why I advocated not to say anything. That's why
I'm an average man out here. I don't even know what you're talking about. You need to be in a religious setting, because celibacy is abstaining from marriage and sexual relations, typically for religious reasons.
So are us women here to save y'all men? Is that what you're saying? We're here to save you. We have to be the angels that save the devils. Is that what you're saying?
What are you talking about? You sound
Mr. Gavin just said that women need to be in a more angelical environment so that we can teach y'all what abstinence mean, which is crazy to me. So you want us to be your saviors. You want us to save y'all from whoredom, is what you're saying.
Celibate. The topic is celibacy. We didn't talk. Everybody know what abstaining is.
That's
When
the same thing.
y'all start confusing these two words and they're not the same.
What's the difference?
But women are not being celibate for religious reasons. They're being celibate for other reasons. So it doesn't make sense for them to go to a church and be religious because they're celibate. I can be non-religious and still be celibate.
But what's
absolutely true. I think, may I say, like, there's some things that just don't match, right? Like, you can't say you're abstaining and you're celibate, but then go on the balloon pop show.
Come on.
And say that you want to find a man that
but one has nothing to do with the other.
It absolutely has nothing to do with each other. What does me being a Christian have to do with me going on a show to find love? I'm confused.
No, because you're not going to find a man that upholds those same values as you. So
this lady just got proposed to. Did you see when that beautiful black man proposed to that beautiful black girl?
We're not talking about that.
They find love on there, and they thank God for that.
No, I that is fine, but I don't think that. Did she go on the show and say that she was abstaining from sex?
We don't know what she was abstaining from. She went on there to see what was interested in her and vice versa.
She got nothing to do with this conversation. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
But going on the balloon show has nothing to do with celibacy.
That's what we were talking about.
Celibacy is a personal choice that you make inside of you, inside of your life for your purposes.
You wouldn't go to a strip club looking for a partner saying that you are being abstinent and abstaining.
But that's if I'm being abstinent, but that's if I'm being abstinent looking for a partner. I can be abstinent and not look for a partner. So that's not what I'm doing.
Because the guys were saying, do you think that the women that are saying that they are celibate, since it is a word connected to religion, should find men in churches instead of maybe on dating apps and I just use the balloon pop show as an example. I'm not
saying
right, and I'm saying one has nothing to do with the other.
It does. The whole word has religious context. The whole word. So words don't. That's the problem. That's why we hear these.
How many people know that?
That's why we hear, because no words don't mean anything anymore. You can say anything and give it a definition.
Yeah, but I'm celibate and I don't do it for religious reasons, and not at all.
Here we go. Hit the like button.
Nobody talks about what happens to mature women when they've been celibate for too long, okay? And I say mature because when you're immature and you're celibate, it's really easy to like jump on the first thing that you see as soon as you need the itch scratched, and then you end up repeating cycles because you haven't really learned yet, right? But when you're mature and you decide to be celibate for a long period of time, it's not as easy to just get back out there, okay? Because now, before you jump on anything, you're thinking twice. You're like, does this person value me? Am I going to enjoy this experience? What am I going to get out of it? Can I even have casual experiences anymore? Like, what makes me feel good? All the things that you didn't think about before, now you're thinking about them, which means that you're not going to jump on the first thing that comes around, and then you're going to stay celibate for even longer. And I'm there. Okay, I'm there, and I'm not enjoying it anymore. Honestly, I want a husband. I want a husband because I don't want to jump on anything that is going to stress me out. You know, I want to jump on something that's mine. I also want to be soft. I don't feel soft anymore, you guys. I feel like I don't feel hyper masculine. I have overcome being hyper masculine in times like this, which I really love for myself, because at one point I would have just went straight into hyper masculinity and been like a man, but I don't have to do that. I get to be in my feminine energy, and I get to just, you know, want to scratch an itch that I can't scratch, because I'm not gonna just scratch it with anybody. So
I'll say this, sister. First thing first, take that bull nose piercing out your face. All right. Yeah.
No, please don't. No, Mr. X. Leave it there. That is a clear-cut identification of a hyena that will not be tamed. That's why they put them big old rings on a bull. That's the only way to control it, is to cause it that much discomfort by putting a big, thick steel ring in his nose. And so Bonquisha here and all these modern hyenas say the only way you're going to control me is with brute force, ninja. That's why you better come 6 foot tall.
Wait a minute,
6 figures and all the above.
I don't have a problem with the whole analogy thing. I just have a problem with people wanting us all to be the same.
No,
we're not all the same.
I agree.
Some of us have nose rings and we're not bum quiches. Some of us had tattoos and we're not bum quiches. We're not all the same. So
don't you show me a sister out, you show me a man and woman that's engaged in matrimony, and they both, if you spoke to both of them by themselves, they would say they are in a fulfilling, respectful marriage, and that wife got a bullnose ring, and I'll show you a hell of an exception.
Do you know how millions of women got bull ring nose?
You gotta get the context.
Of women.
It's bullnose women out here married
because some
men
men
is in hell.
Millions of women have tattoos. Millions of women have nose rings, and they are respectable wives. So we cannot say that just because she has a tattoo or nose ring that she's not wife material. There's plenty of women out here.
Now hold on. Are we talking about melanated women?
Melanated or white, it doesn't matter.
No.
There's plenty of women out there that have tattoos.
Caucasian women. I've seen huge Caucasian women with a beautiful black man. I'm confused because you guys absolutely say it's us, and you with the other race, and they are looking blowed out. So absolutely,
I'm not saying.
If I was a black woman, I was gonna look in the mirror. That's a hell of a slap in the face. You have
it's a bad reflection on you guys because you're lost. You don't see. No. What are you stuck behind the Roots movie? Like, come on, they might have made them seem like the glory of God, but they are not. We are. But they have taught you guys that he looked down on your own women. That part.
But can we all not agree that we all cannot come in the same color, shape, size?
Absolutely not.
We all have to come in different, and that doesn't mean
you can't stop throwing that last part in there. You gotta stop throwing. You gotta stop throwing that last part.
Because we have a certain look doesn't mean that we're not worthy of being in a relationship. Just because she has a nose ring, just because she has a nose ring doesn't mean she's not worthy.
That's not what I'm saying. I gave clear-cut.
You called her a hyena. How we know she's a hyena?
Most likely, it is in our best interest. I would tell any man with a son to his face with honor and dignity that it's best to tell your son that if he sees a woman with a bull nose ring and upper body tattoos, he needs to exit stage left. Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Or maybe if she has a nose ring and she's talking like that, like saying getting her back scratched. Like I would say, like to
I didn't say her. I said any woman out there that's not on.
There you go, Rose.
I said not all women and their nose rings are hyena.
And
so
listen,
we cannot put that out there. We cannot look the same.
Listen, because we've seen too much. What Rose just said. Because those women with them nose rings and those upper body tattoos, the majority of the time they talking about getting that cat scratched. That on outside dictate is by the software, man.
But that woman, not all women with nose rings.
Nobody said all. Can we just stop? Yeah. First of all, we not doing the all stuff.
All right. So I'm saying we all come in different shapes, sizes, and colors.
We're not doing all. Obviously, there's probably a few women married with a bull nose and a tattoo.
Right. There you go.
It's such a small majority you can't even measure it.
There you go. I was just at a ceremony and a sister there.
But a heck of a lot of people have tattoos and they're married. And
granted, we talking about bull noses right now. Let's just stick here. Let's stick on bull noses.
What if she found her a good black man to, soft and melt her heart? And maybe he'll change.
Hey, we ain't playing what ifs. Let's stick to y'all doing too much. Here we go. I'll pull this next video up.
So some of you may know that I haven't had sex with a man in February will be 6 years. And people always ask me, like, how did you do it? How has it been so long? Like, women have needs and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, when I first started, it was for religious reasons. I was trying to be a good girl and do the right thing and all of that stuff. And 5 and some odd years later, it's so easy that it's like, I'm not even trying to be a good girl. Like, if a nigga came along and said the right thing, he could probably get it in 3 days. Not even gonna lie. You might want to get out of here now. But it's like, these niggas so easy because they be cornying their way out of pussy. Like, these niggas really have nothing else to offer but money. Like, I've dated so many men with money. I've gotten so many things and still didn't want to give them anything because all they have is things. Like, I am an intellectual person. I like deep conversation. Like, I want us to be able to talk about everything. What books are you reading? Let's talk about politics. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about religion. Let's talk about family. Let's talk about things that matter, substance. And they don't be having nothing to talk about. Like, have you ever met a nigga whose personality is being a nigga with money? Like, niggas have nothing else to offer. So, like, when they're complaining about us only wanting money, what else do you have to offer? And if you have nothing else to offer, you definitely gotta pay like you weigh. Like, at this point, it's like I'm begging to meet someone who can intellectually stimulate me and have me tingling with just words. I ain't met him yet. Like, this, at this point, it's like, is 10 years gonna come? Is the hole gonna close all the way together? Like, is it gonna close back up and they're going to have to, like...
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Here we go. This is what we call a hyena mercenary. She's up here talking about how she want to be a wife, want to be soft. Every other word is an N-bomb. She's cussing. This be the problem.
If she been celibate or abstaining for 6 months, I eat this glass.
Let's be clear on this young lady.
It don't work like that. You can't. I don't care. Humans are too predictable, and we simple. You ain't walk around presenting that. She's saying she horned up. It's some maintenance man. Because here's one thing about some of these brothers that get the kudakata. They know how to keep their mouth shut. That sister there, whoever her maintenance man is, she ain't never got to worry about him saying a thing. Because it is what it is. And because that's you can't.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear on this lady here. This lady has been celibate because she wants to be. She's not an ugly woman. You guys have simps and traitors on your side. As long as you have them, she can get sex whenever she wants to. She just hasn't run across the right man that she wants to have sex with. That's it. She's a beautiful woman. There's nothing to take away from her in the look department. She can get the man that she wants. She just doesn't want the ones that have come to her. That's it.
And this be the problem. I'll say this. She's a beautiful woman compared to what? Don't y'all understand these men are getting passports? They are dating. They have access to women all over the world.
No, don't do that. We know the passport bros doing.
I'm not talking about the passport bros. I said, do you know these men have access? The men that she wants, the men that she would respect and desire, have access to any shade of woman he wants.
Okay, let's
say this. Are you saying that this woman can't go get what she wants?
Well, you said, the first thing you kept saying is you keep saying she's pretty. She's sitting up here, ninja this, ninja that, cussing. Ain't no man dealing with that. That's what I'm saying.
They are. Yes, they are. That's what y'all don't understand. Yes,
why don't she marry then?
That's all she got to do is clear up her vocabulary.
Why don't she do
whatever she wants?
Why don't she do it and get married?
People can change. People can take things out of their vocabulary and be the person that you want.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Y'all don't understand the power of women. If you don't understand the power of a beautiful woman,
we understand the delusion. The delusion of women. They have no power.
2 beautiful women on this panel right here, Raquel and Tierney. Please explain to them the power of a beautiful woman. That's all she got to do is talk right. That's all she got to do is talk right.
And hold on, he's the queen. Why ain't the marriage rates up then?
What are y'all really interested in?
Who's interested? Women don't want to get married.
I mean,
women don't want to get married.
Hold on. Let me get Raquel here and we get you in, Tierney. Raquel, women, what you think about that? Y'all don't want to get married.
I think that Heathen Queen has a point that yes, she, you know, if she cleaned up her language, she would be that ideal woman for a man.
If I walked in the gas station right now and hit the Powerball, I would be a millionaire. Yes.
Okay, but then who she is today, you know, she says she's celibate, Heathen Queen, but she got her tatas like out there for the world, and the camera is perfectly angled right at him.
But we understand
so it's like
how
what
men
she's
think.
saying, but what she's saying and then how she's acting, they don't match each other. So the guys are kind of miffed by it. Like, you know, it sounds good. I mean, like the principles sound proper.
Wait a minute, you all think a rich man is different from a poor man? You think a rich man is different from a poor man? You think a rich man responds differently than a poor man? I hope y'all understand they not two different animals. They the same animals.
but the man that she would do, who she would have sex with in those 3 days that she was talking about, that man, yeah, I think that he is going to have like some standards about himself that she would have to acquiesce to.
Amen.
But she's halfway there.
Yeah, definitely. She don't have a long way to go to clean it up. I agree with you. Yeah, she's the ideal part of the spectrum. If I was a guy,
clean her clothing up, clean her language up, and she's in there. Period.
Now here's the thing. Now she said she's been on dates. She said she claims she ain't been hunting for 6 long years. She done been on dates. She said she all but trying to give it away. She said guys keep being corny and talking themselves out of it. So like we saying, obviously at some point she needs to look within and see why she keep attracting these cornballs, why she's not attracting the man she desires, because she says she wants a man. She's trying to bust it open and she can't. And Gavin asked a question. If she can do these things and change up and get her desired outcome, why hasn't she yet?
Well, let's put it this way. If I go into a room, if I go to McDonald's looking for a man, I'm gonna find what? A McDonald's man. If I go to Red Lobster, I'm gonna find a Red Lobster man. If I go to Hyatt Regency, I'm gonna find a Hyatt Regency man. I'm just gonna put it right there. Where she goes is her problem. If I hang out with Prince William and Prince Harry, I'm gonna find a man on that level, right? Right or wrong?
I'm trying to let you cook, but you just all off base here. Let me get these super chats real quick.